right, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Unless you're in Japan, then it's good evening. So, my name is Ray, last name is Reynolds. It's amazing what you can do with knowledge. People talk about it, and people get upset or they get disappointed and things go right or wrong. All I know is I got the nickname of the Godfather of Credit years ago. I've literally built 5.4 billion for clients over the years. Today, I'd like you to get a tablet and pen out. All right, I want you to focus. Now, I'm going to warn you, many times I actually tell you what to do, and you have to get used to that because you're a grown-up. We know, but you know what? This is live. It's not the fact I'm trying to get away with something by bossing around. I want you to get to millionaire. I really do. But there's things you need to do and listen to. Now, I broadcast 6 days a week. All right, live, always, in person or online, 44 years. I've got over 22 million clients, got to millionaire status. Ultimate goal, you can invite your friends and family as well. You can make a commission. Now, here's the thing, you can't take pictures, you can't record. Because the ultimate goal is I want you to put it here. You see, you've been taught things since you started your credit personal. A lot of things that are right and some are wrong. And I want to fix all that today. So I need you to draw the diagram in front of you. I want you to understand something. You're no different than everybody who's rich and famous. All right, you have the same ability to see it, believe it, go get it. So draw the diagram in front of you. And I want you to understand this is the only way you can save your life when it comes to business and credit. You see, the problem that most people do, they jack up a credit card, their personal credit, then they get stuck. They don't know what to do. They use their personal income, which is taxable income, and they don't know how to play. Me, I wrote the book called Winning the Game of Business 44 years ago, and my goal is to help everybody get there. So the reason you draw that diagram in the 3 little boxes below, that's a corporation. These are divisions or subsidiaries. I want you to realize in your city today, your banks, all right, have filed bankruptcy in locations. They've done this for 15, 20 years. Reality is you've also watched Sam's Club do it as well. And Geico a couple of weeks ago in California, because they changed rules and tools, they just ran out of the state and they shut down their offices, but they're still in business. Somebody made a business decision. So they're bankrupting all those buildings and locations, billions of dollars. But here's the thing. When they make a decision or something screws up, they bankrupt that piece, they get a tax credit. And that's what they get to do. Problem is the consumer, most of you, never learn how to play the game. You've watched cities file bankruptcy. Well, how'd that happen? That's part of the system. But again, they did too. So today, your journey begins with me. I'd like to basically, all right, what I say, play with you, have some fun for 6 months to a year. The bottom line, my wife always tells me this is my hobby. So stop bringing the pain home. Number 1, all right, become a certified CFO. And basically the next thing is program you into millionaire. That's called reference of 3. So we're going to reference the 3 many times today. Now, you got to remember something, the 14th Amendment of the Constitution. You see, 153 years ago, all right, it was made a corporation's a legal person. That has more rights than you and me. But you have to learn to play the game. Business is a game, and we have to learn to play. August 11th, this month, all right, our president, his bill was passed, and he's in the process of hiring 87,000 IRS agents, which means they're going to audit every SS4 out there that did not file their 1120. The 1120, we'll explain that as we go along today too. From there, there's a 10% penalty for not filing it, and on top of that, they audit, they take everything you got. So you got to take this pretty serious today. Now understand something, I want to talk to you about the world clock. All right? You see, you have to think about something today. All right? Why are they counting us like sheep? Because we are. See, you were told to get a Social Security number, to get a job as a teenager, or if it was after Nixon took the gold standard out, you were told flat out that mommy did it when you were in the hospital, when you were a baby. So if I go to my cell phone and I put world clock right here, it's going and doesn't stop. It's telling me how many people died a millisecond ago and how many births there were. You see, we have to realize something that's called SSN, SS4. So I want you to basically think today, all right, and the bottom line is going to be up to you. I want you to use both. I want you to know you have an SSN, but I call it sheep and ducks, and then from the SS4. If you do it correctly with the right corporation, you can absorb the taxation, which means you can do anything to build up to $5 million business plus, and that's the ultimate goal. So we're being counted by milliseconds. So I want you to understand this. Your journey with me, I like it to be a lifetime. I have clients for the last 44 years. They brought their kids. Now the kids are clients and their kids' kids. Okay, it's pretty great since I'm only 39 anyway. Be safe and don't be reckless. So we have a choice today. The choice is very simple, and I want you to think about something. Get on the train, all right, or build your own train. See, if you want to be a sheep, okay, I'm not for you. Okay, and that's what's happened. Follow, no. Okay, the goal is I want to teach you to build your own train. Okay, it's harder to build one, but it's long term for you. Your goal is simple. On a piece of paper, all right, you should write down, I want to be a millionaire corporation. That's a goal. You see, my legacy of $10 billion will be left to the Ray Reynolds University because my son is the vice president, so are my daughters. You see, what happens is when you leave something more than $1 million to somebody, you set them up to pay a tax. I don't allow that. I'm smart enough to realize I don't want them to pay a tax. You got to learn how to play the game. You see, you talk about all the rich and famous people, how they play, how they don't pay tax. They're not doing anything wrong. They're doing what they're allowed to. Your biggest problem basically reaching your goal most of the time is probably you. The lack of knowledge. So let's give you that 1,000 steps. Today we're going to give you 25. You see, the goodies in front of you, that's some of the things I obtained in my life. Because you got a choice today. Your choice today, God put you here with me. There's a reason for that. I want you to realize 6 days a week, you can talk and communicate to me. All right, you can even go online. You can type right now too. You can call the phone. See, I've always been accessible for people, always. But they have to get used to me because I tell them what to do. I don't have excuses. And most people do. Invite your friends and family. Learn to play. You get 10% for any referral. So here's what happens. Every program that I have, I want you to get involved with. I want to build you personal or business credit to pay you back 100% or times 10. See, I want you to never forget me. The Ray Reynolds University is going to be going nationwide, and my children are going to run them all because I'm teaching them to know what I know. So the goal is like rich and famous people. I've been known as the Incorporated for 44 years for most of them. Next, people coming out of prison. I took someone from my neighborhood, Ricky Ross, Free Ray Ricky Ross, 20 years in federal prison. I get him golds and platinum cards. He can push up to $4 million. Thomas was in prison for 26 years. Within 5 months, look what he's got. So if I told you what to do, would you do it? Would you follow through? He wanted a dump truck business. I told him to get used dump trucks. He said, no, I want new. So we got him that too. But he's doing about $4 million a year. Is that good or not? See, your choice is simple. All right? You have that kitchen table meeting. You sit there with your loved ones, your spouse, your partner of life. Want to start a business, honey? You said it to each other. Well, that's a good goal to be an entrepreneur. But the reality is, what did you do? You hocked your house, you jacked up your credit cards, and you brought the pain home. I'm sorry you didn't come here earlier. I've been teaching and preaching for 44 years. I don't know why you didn't run into me. You should have. Never bring the pain home, and I mean never. It's not acceptable. Okay? For me, I would rather die. Okay? So let's write down today's date. Let's project 90 working days. Let's project it. In 90 working days, I want you to hear it again and again and get it right here. That's just some more goodies I obtained. All right? You might want to learn to play. So the bottom line is very simple. You got to get used to me. I'm going to tell you what to do. Okay? So don't be offended. I said, you screwed this up. You got to do this. This is the way to do it the right way. Now do it now. Get it done. Now I get a little direct. I get a little, because I have passion. Believe it or not, I care. But that's also why they named me the Godfather of Credit years ago. Nice company car, huh? I got the keys right here. Boom, boom. You see, here's our problem. Time. You let time pass you by. We're going to start slowing it down for you. Okay? That means I want you to realize third quarter begins. That's halfway through the year. You have 117 days left. Write it down. In 117 days, I want you analyzed within 10 days. I want you told what to do, because that's me telling you what needs to be done in your part. You have to be part of the program. It's the only way it works. But I build people millions of dollars of credit all the time. If you want to be next, then listen, learn, and follow through. Ultimate goal, first thing we have to do. All right, we're going to go after, all right, cash credit cards. Let's remember something. Your personal credit, you can't write out diddly squat at all. But you jacked it up and got stuck. That sucks. Corporate credit, you can write off the interest rate in the credit card. This I'm always going to call free money, because I can get you $100,000 to millions of dollars, but you can't get it at the bank. The reality is simple. Then we're going to go into checkbook money. Do you understand checkbook money? This is what's going to happen. So I need you to focus. There's your goals. I'm telling you, there's your goals. Write it down. That's what we're going to go get. We're going to see it, believe it, go get it. Now write it down. See it, believe it, go get it. Write it down. Because I expect this to follow through. And I know you got a sad story. Nobody cares. At the end of the day, when I was eating out of a trash can at 3, nobody gave a damn about me. Nobody gave a damn. Okay? It's very simple. When I got used and abused as a kid, they didn't care. My mother dropped me off in the trash can and in front of, basically Gardena Hospital, born in a taxi. First coma, 5.5, crippled for life. Jesus said, get up, I got up. I've had that internal voice since I was a little boy. Last coma, I got to die. So bottom line is, no sad stories. Nobody cares at the end of the day. The bottom line is going to be up to you. July 4, 2009, look in my life. We're millions and billions of dollars. I'm helping people 6 days a week. Seminars, workshops, Bonaventure for 32 years every Wednesday night, lying around the hotel for me. What happens on July 4th when we take out one of the yachts in the backyard for a group of people to watch the fireworks? Someone had H1N1 and they got me the same thing. So I'm there laying in a coma. I get to hear someone trick my wife to sign a POA. They even asked if she thought I was a donor. Rip out my heart. But Jesus gave me a choice. Stay in peace or go back. I said go back. So time, from now on tomorrow, you're getting up an hour earlier. Write it down. It's very simple on a cell phone. You can push the right button on the right side and say, alarm set for tomorrow morning at 5:30. And there it is. Okay? Simple. See, the goal is this. I'm up at 225 every day since I was 2.5. So that's just me. See, you never know when you're going to die. I even have a program called Planning to Die, by the way. You can learn to plan to do that too. Because when you do die, you don't want to have your friends and family have to downsize. That's a setup. Now, your surroundings, it doesn't matter where you come from. I had to move 24 times from the time I was 11.5 years old. All right, it sucks. I got to go to school in Watts, Torrance, Hawthorne, and Carson, all the great areas. You see, surroundings doesn't matter. It's see it, believe it, go get it, and program your brain into millionaire. So let's show you how to get past go. All right, I'll show you some goodies. I want you to get 2. From anywhere from the Lamborghinis to the Duffys to the mansions. See, I don't listen to the dummies around me saying, you can't do this, you can't do that. I hold the record for the highest kick on the planet, ladies and gentlemen, since 1981. I wanted to prove white men do jump and stupid people say we don't. How you like that one? From there, it's very simple. You got choices today. Race boats in the backyard, helicopters, U-Dogs, yachts, and Ferraris. Would you like some goodies too? But you better master Ray's rules. You have to understand, all right, referencing 3 that I told you earlier today. From here, yesterday. Now, what I've been doing for the last 2 weeks is I take a list of people who are on like today, and they make the list. If I haven't talked to them or emailed or in a day or 2 myself, or they're not talking to one of my associates, which basically is one of my people that I got holding your hand, all right, because I want you to talk to a specialist, I'm reaching out to people. All right, they go, this is really Ray Reynolds? Yeah! I love when they're on the phone with the girls out there. It's like, I thought he died. Can I really hear him? I'm a client from 30 years ago. Here's a guy on the phone. He's on here today too. My wife and I tried Lexington Law. They said, well, you tried creditrepair.com. I said, you do know it's the same company, right? They didn't know that. Then they tried another credit repair flaky company. Okay, their credit is still in the 600s. We want a better life. We want to start a business. Is that your goal, your dream, or add to what you're doing currently today? You see, the godfather of credit, Ray Reynolds, that's me, is going to hold your hand and tell you what to do. And you can play with me all the time, 6 days a week. So let's remember we have some problems. It's very simple. When you invest or you just spend money on something that is going to change your life, there's the doubt. It always comes up. We all have this problem. All right? The thought is it the right thing? Can I afford it? Can I afford to do it? Can I afford not to? Will it work? I've tried so many other things that didn't work. Have you tried somebody holding your hand, teaching you how to do what needs to be done, all right, every step of the way, and let it be me? Have you tried me, Ray Reynolds, here, this guy, right here? All right? You're not any closer to millionaire unless you play through the program. Sorry. See, the problem is you have to learn the line of defense. There are 1,000 things you have to learn. 1,000 things. I'm going to tell you what to do. All right? I am blunt. I am direct. My goal is to get you to one of the millionaire clients to add to my 22 millionaire clients as it is, 22 million of them. So again, you want to rebuild your credit? Try it on your own. Go ahead. Section 611. Google it. From there, credit repair companies, they're flakes. They're fraud. They collect money. All right? They're fraud because I don't say it. I don't have to. Federal Trade Commission says it every day. Every day. So let's understand credit repair companies. They're writing silly letters to creditors and credit bureaus. It doesn't work. Okay? The bottom line is there's a combination of something, science behind it. Let's go back. I'm the guy that trained Ken Yarborough, security chief at TRW in Aspirin years ago. All right? I know how the system works because a lot of it I gave him to set up. So let's understand. All right? Hiding behind the blankie, all right, thinking they're all going to solve your problems isn't going to work. Credit rebuilding works as long as you're part of the program. As long as you're part of the program. There's somebody put a hand up. Type the question. Okay, that's what you need to do. So the first 25 steps, let's talk about today. I want you to get your credit reports. They're free. Annualcreditreport.com, racecredit.com, race webinar, I don't care. I want the report numbers. There's step one. Because we need to get you to be a CFO. Next thing you have to do is get out your Social Security card. Because you haven't read the card front and back. And don't tell me you did. Okay? You looked at it, you looked, oh, that's nice. You never read every detail, and the lack of knowledge is what's killed your credit because you keep bringing the pain home. We have choices. Our choices are very simple. So let's understand something today. You got a Social Security card because mommy got it at the hospital, or you got it because you were told to get a job. Either way, SSN equals 1040 tax return. Social Security number is for the tax return to track your income, period. The consumers use it for their credit. So when we read the card front and back, what you have to understand, it says do not laminate, do not use for ID purposes in most cases, and it says property of such administration, not you. That's a government agency. That's IRS, by the way. So that way they can track you from the beginning of your income. So you got choices. That's step number 2. The goal is to never bring the pain home. All right, now basically let's understand. You got your first paycheck years ago, and you could be 80, 70, 60, 50, 40, 30, whatever you are. Okay, you got your first paycheck. We all got that paycheck and we were shocked. Why? Because the IRS gets their cut before we get the leftover. And right now they're doing the same thing because you're not playing the game the right way. So IRS gets their cut, you get the leftover because everything we touch is tax, 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 and then when we die they want us in probate. But you don't have to be a duck. You have to go back to remember what you screwed up, what you didn't do in the first place. It's very simple. Ray Reynolds, the godfather of credit, how can I help you? So how old is that corporation you have? What are you doing with it? Your partner ripped you off. Well, okay, can I get a word invoice? Okay. First of all, partners suck unless it's the partner of life, because most partners get need and greed and screw you over. Everyone watching and you on the phone, you've had your friends and family rip you off. At least one or two of them. You allowed that, by the way. You pissed away $10,000 and crap didn't work. If you don't get a live coach, all right, who knows what the hell they're talking about, you're never going to get there. So your corporation you've had for 5 years, guess what? My question is going to be very simple. Have you filed your 1120? What's an 1120? Does anybody know what they're supposed to really do? How much did you pay for this? So you did what everyone else does. They pay $1,000 to $3,000 plus dollars, and you paid $4,000 to a CPA and attorney doing blah 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 here and didn't do diddly squat, and you don't know what the hell you're doing. Well, they got their money out of you. You know what corporations are actually free in all 50 states. You just pay a filing fee. It's simple. California's waiving the filing fee right now too. So follow along today. I'm going to tell you 90 working days, do the corp and the personal stuff simultaneously, and let's rebuild you. But I can't say the truth until I analyze you. Okay, that's what you're looking at. All right, thank you for calling. So, there's something called the Constitution. Do you remember that? The Bill of Rights? The 14th Amendment of the Constitution says a corporation's a legal person. We are we the people. You have the right to do this. You don't have to complain about rich and famous people. I want you to be rich and famous too. Ultimate goal. I'm going to give you a statement of guarantee. The statement of guarantee is very simple. In writing, I'm going to guarantee 100% what I can do for you. But I'm going to tell you have to be part of the program. And if I ask you to do something, or I tell you to do something, you have to do what I ask you to do. That's pretty simple. Do not violate. Do not jack up a card. There's a science behind all this. Now this side of the page is going to change while we're talking, while I'm talking to you. So let's see. All right, went through the program. All right, was let me take a copy of this. All right, hang All right, deal with. Well, guess what? Then you're gonna have to deal with me. Isn't that terrible? All right, if one of the specialists don't call you back right away, we're gonna get to the bottom of that today. Now, I'm sorry. My wife says I have this problem. See, I have this issue, and I want you to understand, all right? I end up rhyming. I don't try to do it. I don't plan anything. I have total recall on most things. Both sides of my brain work. Both hands talk at the same time. And I have an IQ of 203 at 14. So, again, if I start to rhyme, just live with it, because that's me. I did write a couple of rap songs for some famous rap and crappers. So, you might have to negotiate a debt. You might have to, instead of calling the creditors and credit bureaus, see, a debt. Understand? It has to be dead, settled, bankrupt, all right, something. If it's not, it's going to chase you until it writes it off. And so that's where the credit repair company is flaky. So again, step 3. Now, if you have an IRS problem, there's a solution for that too. IRS.gov, download a form called 656-433A and B. That's all you have to do. So let's understand something. I'm the one who created rapid scoring 38 years ago and rapid refresh. Rapid refresh, it only does 2 things. It blocks bad stuff and pushes scores up. That's all it does. But it works real good. It creates green lights. So we have to look at rapid rescore and rapid refresh. See, rapid scoring is for mortgage companies to pay down a debt to get a better interest rate. Right now, to help you better, rapid refresh, like this lady here, she got 157 points in 45 days. So if you allow me to put you in a system doing rapid refresh, okay, I'm going to guarantee you 750. But again, you're going to have to do what I tell you to do too, okay? So there's the deal. Now, this lady has a 651. She's using half her credit cards. My question was why. She said her attorney and the banker told her to. I said, quit listening to Dumb and Dumber. You have no green lights down here. Okay, I did a rapid rescore. What did I create? Look over here. Come on. These are green lights that I want to get to excellent. Do you understand this? So the goal is there's a science behind the madness. All right, but you got to do what I tell you to do. Now, collections bankruptcy. This bankruptcy attorney, I'd like to meet in person and kick him in the shins. All right, but I had the fastest kick on record, so I'd probably break it in 3 places. So let's understand. He convinced them, this husband and wife, to file a bankruptcy. They didn't own a house. Okay, that's not what you do. No one should ever file bankruptcy unless they own a house to stop the sale of it. There's always a solution, but I got him credit right away, even though he said they can't get it for 10 years. Collection accounts, 11 of them. Total mess. Look at this. Total mess. House payment screwed up. Car payment screwed up. Here's $3,000. Let's see if we can help negotiate them. Let's see if we can rebuild them. So getting you a 750 is not hard to do, as long as you're part of the program. And once again, I'm going to tell you what to do. Okay? I know you're a grown-up, but I'm going to get you to millionaire. Is that okay? All right? The reality is you get handed to a specialist. Specialist is supposed to hold your hand and sing Kumbaya. That's what it takes. You have 800-510-3338. That's the ultimate goal. So if you need rebuilding, let's understand. Let's say you're a client, not client, whatever you are right now, because we're going to go to this list. We're going to see who is and what they're getting and make sure the specialist reaches out to them. If not, I'm going to do it myself. All right, because I've already talked to some of you too. I do it all the time. All right, so let's understand. If I'm rebuilding you, all right, I'm going to put a rapid rescore. I have workshops you must attend on Saturdays. Okay, I have some during the week as well. From there, I'm going to guarantee you 750 score. Guaranteed. I'm going to charge you a ridiculous fee of $499. I'm going to give you a card for $500 to reimburse yourself. Okay? By the time I'm done with you, that program was actually free, and it's going to usually an average 90 days, maybe 180 days at the most. But again, it's guaranteed. Because I don't want you bringing the pain home. Because I want to get you to the corporate packages. You should actually be doing them simultaneously. But this is offers only through me during this webinar period. And I want you to take a picture of Zelle. Zelle is simple. Ray Reynolds recipient. Ray@racecredit.com. Very simple to use. Bank transfer, deposit, or wire. We bank at B of A. Simple. From here, because I love the KISS method. KISS stands for Keep It Simple, Stupid. So understand, we're not stupid. We need to be told what to do because what's working isn't what you're doing. So here, basically, if the specialist doesn't reach out to you every week or two, I want you to call them up and put them on check, okay? So if you wanted to refer people, you get 10% back to you. Now, I get clients. I got one yesterday. I built him $80,000 of credit. Okay, he wanted 50. I asked, did you want to keep the difference? You know I have to charge you for the difference. Well, it's not a bonus. No, sir, I can let me readjust it for you. Oh, no, I want it. Okay. He goes, but what am I going to do with it now? His problem is he doesn't know, because no one's ever came through, what's he really going to do with the money? Well, I told him what I would tell you to do. All right, why don't you take a little bit of that corporate credit, free money, and invest into a hedge fund that does maybe franchise or real estate. That way your money's safe, and then get you a return. The goal is to add to your income or replace it. I can show you 16 ways up to that to basically give you an opportunity to become an investor. Now, I need you to call a phone number. This is the most important thing you need to do for you. You see, you added yourself to the national mailing list. You get the robocalls in junk mail because you did it to yourself. And I knew you're going to deny it until I point out you're a voter. They sell you on a mailing list. You got a corporation, you use your home address, they sold you on a mailing list. Your cable company, all right, the DMV. So when you call 888-567-8688, I want you to opt out for 5 years or a lifetime. Is that okay? That's step number 4 for you today. Now, here's the biggest thing you need to do. I need you to plan the problem. I want you to think, okay? When you allowed someone in your life, probably friend or family, rip you off, you didn't plan a backup for a backup. You trusted what they said they're going to do, and they ripped you off. From there, you spent thousands on crap that didn't work. I'm your coach for 90 days, probably a lifetime. We're going to fight. We're going to have fun. We're going to build you up. All right? The bottom line is you need to listen. You need to learn. So here's the thing. Safety credit. Every credit card, especially when we do a live show, when I walk around and I ask if your credit card has a sticky, I want to see it. When they don't, I ask you to leave, because I'm pretty damn serious about this. You need a sticky behind every card you have in your personal wallet now. You need a balance of 25% always, 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 always. You never go past 29%, period. You need your own line of defense. The problem with your credit score is you jacked it up and screwed it up. The only one you can do is look in the mirror and blame yourself. 0 to 29 is what I trained Yarborough to use, is green, 30 yellow, 50 red. A sticky behind every credit card gives you the discipline. Got it? Understand? Step 5. Next, we got to think about what most people do when they lose a job, have an emergency. I'm sorry, they all do the same silly thing. They run out of time, they run out of money, then they jack up their credit cards. What else is supposed to do, Ray? You better have a damn division. Do you like bringing the pain home? Do you like feeling sorry for yourself or something? It's called a division. Okay, I designed this and created it in 85. If you're going to screw up anything, it's a division. Just like banks, grocery stores, do in your face. You didn't look behind the curtain. That's your fault. Nobody else's. I want you looking behind the curtain from now on. And I'll show you what that means. Let's pretend you needed $5,000 now. Ask your friends, your family, the bank, they say no. The average person wastes $50 every other day. I watch it in this office and the people going to lunch. $8 to $12 of crap in a bag. They're just going to get fatter. That's not pH, that's FAT. All right, it's not healthy eating that crap. And they piss $50 away every other day. I bring my lunch. I eat healthy. So the bottom line is, guess what? If I max out this card today, it's $5,000. The payment's $50 a month. So what the average person wastes or pisses away every other day, you're going to maintain a safety credit card. The lack of discipline is why you screwed up, too. Now, they also say you waste $140 a week. These are $50,000 cards. It's simple. If I max out either one of them, my payment is $612.26. So what the average person wastes in a given month, they could have bought 2 pizza restaurants during a drive-thru during a pandemic. That's step 6, using some common sense. You got it? We're going to learn to play. So let's understand something. Reaching your goal, believe in yourself. Me, being picked on as a kid, I had to learn to fight. Our teachers embarrassed because I knew all the book before they did, and they teased me too. So what do we get to do? I'm going to believe in God first, and I'm going to believe in me. When I broke the record for the highest kick on the planet, all they could do is say, whoa. When I used to kick the basketball hoop, they go, nobody can do that. It's impossible. You know, I'm so tired of stupid people saying it's impossible. It's ridiculous. I brought in my first million at 14 and a half, bought a Lamborghini. It's impossible. Then I am the impossible. It's called see it, believe it, go get it. See it, believe it, go get it. You got to have passion. You got to fight for that. God gave you the ability. Don't you let people tell you what you can't do. You do exactly what needs to be done, but you do it within the law. Nixon took the gold standard out. I'm sorry. You didn't pay attention. You sat there going, beep, 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 beep. That's about it. See, what happens is very simple. Let's understand something today. I want you to write down Ray's rules and do it again and again. Could you imagine if you wrote down every time I told you to write it down and you have a book of the same stuff again and again and again and again? What happened to your brain? That's the goal. Ray's rules. I want to get you $100,000 of personal credit. 2 cards, 3 cards, 4 cards, I don't care. 29% utilization. That gives you $71,000 of safety credit. Case blankets the fan, lost a job, or pandemic. Personal credit is not to be used and abused. But what did you do? You took your personal credit cards to start a business. You jacked it up. It got stuck. This sucks. You can't write out diddly squat. You even took your personal income, called taxable income, to start the business. Why? Why didn't you use corporate cash credit cards? Why didn't you use that and write it all off? Win or lose, you get to write it off no matter what you do. You didn't have a backup for you and your family. Ray's rules. Never bring the pain home. Step 7. You need to focus that you need to become a qualified CFO. You need to become a what? A qualified CFO. Not a silly title, okay? I meet guys all the time. I'm the president. You're full of crap. You got a corp, you're running sloppy, you don't know what the hell you're really doing, and you're going to get caught and you're going to get in trouble. Ray Reynolds, the godfather of credit. Where do you sign up? Well, follow along and just do the Zelle. All right, simple. You bank at B of A, then walk over to B of A. Okay, that's all you got to do. I'm your coach, and I'm going to tell you what to do, all right, and get you where you want to go. And there's things I have to tell you that you have to fix, or certain things. That's why we're going to always be live. All right, to make the deposit today. Have a blessed day. See, laying there, 2009 in a coma, right after we brought one of the yachts back in my backyard, okay, the next day, that really sucks. H1N1. Google the address. Why don't you take time today? Google that address. You see, you're going to find I'm factually verifiable. I'm not fully you know what. God's delays are never God's denials. It's called see it, believe it, go get it. Your choice is simple. Now, I want you to look in front of you. It says a corporation's a legal person. It says a what? A legal person. It may sue or be sued. So let's understand what this really means. I heard this at 7.5 years old. I wanted to get out of hell. I didn't like being used and abused, eaten out of a trash can. But I heard that at a Mrs. Host's poker game on a Wednesday night. So what did I do? I went to the library the next day. I looked up a book. I wanted to figure out, hey, there's a blueprint, right? Do you realize on this planet, there's no A through Z to build a corporation, the credit like I do, period, and a live person helping you? There's a lot of bull crap books, all right, bulletproof this and blah, blah, a bunch of crap. But again, that's just my opinion. So I went to that library, 7.5. I did it for 2 years. I sent away my money over to the Secretary of State of California. I am the original founder of Helping Hand Industries. Worldwide, 119,000 of credit in the mail, and I got named in the movie Dave. Look it up. So let's understand what you need to believe and understand. See it, believe it, go get it. You were told, or you got an SSN. That's what happens. That equals a 1040 tax return. That is to track us through the tracking system. Again, opening my cell phone, I go online, they're still counting right there. Look it up yourself. So they can track us in the income. Whatever you made yesterday, the government knows this, because the person that gave it to you is going to report it. Either way, they track the money. Money has a footprint. So the next thing, you get an SS4, and that equals the 1120. That's a credit report. That's a tax ID, and that is a what tax return. So we got SSN, SS4. Problem with the corporation, when they sue it, they sue you. So where's my line of defense? Divisions. A corporation is entitled to a division. I wrote the rules and tools in 85, or a subsidiary. Banks and grocery stores do this in your face, and you didn't say anything. Most of you probably even complained about rich and famous people. Why don't you find out how they did it and master the rules and tools? Divisions give you the line of defense. The only way you can make sure you don't bring the pain home is a division. Without it, I'm sorry, corporations are ducks, so are you. Your choice is very simple. So we got to go back to the basics, back to the beginning. Remember the application for Social Administration? The one you probably never paid attention to or read? You might want to go online and read it today. Let's look at line 1. Can you pay attention? Line 1 says, name to be shown on card, whatever name you damn well please. You can make it up, by the way. Full name at birth other than above, and other names you want to use. What do you want to be? Hey you, Manny Mower Jack? See, the goal is very simple. That's an application Social Administration card. Okay? Government agency. So it's the SS4. That's a tax ID. They're both IRS, by the way. So we got SS5, we got SS4. Here we got tax, and probate, and we're a bunch of ducks and sheep. And over here, we don't pay tax till we make a profit. We don't pay what? Tax till we make a profit. We're allowed to bring in all the money to the corporation tax ID's bank account and not pay tax till you're profitable. So it's like, why aren't you using free money to finance that damn business? I don't understand. I'm sorry, I don't understand silliness. Okay? I said stupidity once, and so that's not nice. Well, bottom line is, you do it this way or it doesn't work. You got one way to do it, period. The Godfather of Credit invented it, me. But again, good luck, okay? You got to balance the debt. You got no choice. Your personal life should be a break even. Anything above that's corporation, because you don't want to pay more tax, do you? Your choice is to balance in reference of 3. You see the balance right there? Again, balance the debt. Become that certified CFO. Let's look at line 10. Come on, SS4. You can get one in your copy today. You can find out I'm telling you the truth. Line 10 says banking and credit purposes. This is a write-off. It's a write-off. I don't get it. Why would anybody steal money from their family to start a business? I started Helping Hand when I was 9.5. I got $119,000 of cash credit right away. I knew corporations were free at 9.5. Why would you pay thousands of dollars for a damn piece of paper that's free? In California, it's even giving you the filing fee currently. The whole damn thing's free. But again, what can I say? You can become a certified CFO if you want to. A corporation's a legal what? Person. That means we have to have a credit life. It's a legal person. I want you to understand, you have only 10 great creditors on the planet for credit cards, period, 10. The rest of them suck, okay? I want you to have 10 cards per corp, per division, so you have over $1 million just on that. Then I want to get you checkbook money. But again, you have to have a corporation, 3 divisions. Let's understand something. You need to become that certified CFO. Cash credit is not taxable income. This is not legal accounting advice. This is public record for you. So let's understand and reprogram your brain into millionaire status. So your goal is divisions. Corporations and divisions get their own credit file. And because I'm an affiliate, I get to build the credit files for you under tax ID. All right? It seems like nobody knows how to do it on the planet besides me. You might want to learn how to play. Because if you have a corporation today, I guarantee you have no cash credit unless I build it for you. All right, it's going to be up to you to be that CFO. You have 89 ways to use a division up to $1 million. How? I wrote the rules and I wrote the book. I'm the original author. You might want to play. Now, cats have how many lives? Come on. How many lives do a cat have? Everybody knows it's 9. So we know it's 9. How many divisions can you have? Here's your second chance. This way you don't bring the pain home. When I got written up in Inc. magazine a long time ago about the article and everything else, use plastic to finance your business. Okay, it's right there. But I built $1 million for my cat. Meow. I wanted to prove my point. Harold says, don't do that. Don't do that stunt. You're not supposed to. I go, yeah, I can. I got a tax ID. He goes, okay. It's funny. But again, the only way we can not bring the pain home is divisions. You see, the bank, the grocery store, Geico, I don't care who you talk about. All right, every time they get rid of a location, all right, they write it off on their taxes. You need to play. Now, if you want me to do divisions for you, I mean, it's when I do the divisions, let's say you have a corp or you're going to get a corporation through me. Either way, 3 divisions is the standard. I'm going to set up the divisions for you, do the paperwork, get the tax IDs, add 2,000 of history. In other words, I'm starting the credit reports. Well, it took you 3 years to learn as a kid, and you're still learning more today. It's $1,500 for 3 of them. But again, that's what we charge. Now, if you did it during the broadcast like now, you get all 3 for $750. But that means it is a zell, now. If it's not, when you talk to your specialist, it's $1,500. Then you're going to go, well, Ray said. Yeah, he said when you talk to the specialist, it's $1,500. See, they watch this in the other room too. So countdown begins. Let's understand. You have 117 days left. Corporation, all right, divisions, your 750 score. We got work to do. Let's get it done. Both sides says what? This is the Bank of America, and all banks have the same thing. They all say the same thing. So let's understand. You can look it up online too. As long as you're the founder, the owner currently right now, corporation, and you say now, in January you're the same, guess what happens? You're entitled to $150,000 of credit called checkbook money. 3 divisions in a corporation, that's at $5.4 million. But you got to set it up now. You got to make sure it's done now. But again, that's what I'm telling you to do. Again, Gerald, Randy, John, Giovanni, Glenn, Steve, doesn't matter. In my level 2 class, I teach people how to take $1,000 and leverage it into $1.25 million. That's the goal. Borrow money is not taxable. So in other words, all the money you kind of wasted, or pissed away, I could have leveraged it into 15 times more. And you could have used borrow money because it's not taxable. See, corporations having debt offsets their taxes. So you got the reference of 3. You need to master that starting today. Every cash application requires a certified CFO, period. Your goal is, let's say you're going to do real estate, franchise, leveraging money, profit sharing. When you write down the division, write down buckets of money, please. Because a division should be known as a bucket of money. Now let's understand something. I'm going to be straight with you always. You took your personal credit, you jacked it up and screwed it up. You brought the pain home. You took your own money that was taxable income to start that business too. I'm sorry, both of those things are not allowed. That's called silly. That's called silly and dumb, by the way. If you would have took corporation's credit, cash credit, all right, and you won, you can absorb the taxation. If you lost, you get to write that off too. Why would anybody in their right mind ever jack up their personal credit when they can actually get this done correctly and be a CFO? Bottom line, when you retire, your bills don't go away. Currently, your 401k is going bye-bye. So you got to learn to play. Now, if you ever want to copy the full blueprint that I sold at the Bonaventure for 32 years for $5,000, the office sells it for $999. During the broadcast, I give it 70% discount. That means if you want it, you do it during the time that I'm talking to you. It's $299 now. There you go. From there, if the salespeople want it, it's $999. I'll give you the discount because you get it directly from the horse's mouth. Okay, reality is very simple. So remember, it's always going to be a Zelle, bank transfer, deposit, or wire. So let's understand, you got to stand right there where you're at. Put your arms out. Simple. Why? One hand's going to go quack, quack, I'm a duck, because we're all ducks. We have an SSN that tracks every dollar we bring in. We pay tax before we get the leftover. An SS4 doesn't pay tax till it makes a profit. You can receive all the money through the corporation, do what all the business is allowed to do, and not pay tax till you have a leftover. Maybe that's why they buy mansions and Lamborghinis and yachts. Okay? Alright, IRS public record. It's like when you receive money. You probably do it wrong, sorry. You won AGT? Oh, you won the lottery? You won $1 million. I wrote you a check for $1 million. You put it in your personal bank account, you thought you were rich. You realize when the dust settles, you only get to keep $375. You realize you got a week's paycheck. From here, it's simple. If you would have received that $1 million in a corporation or a division of you, okay, and you did all the things you're allowed to do, you wouldn't pay any tax until there's a leftover. I had one attorney tell someone last week, well, he doesn't have a corp in his name. All right, he doesn't need one. He needs a division of himself under the corporation. What's that? You told this guy, my client, to put money in his personal bank account. I mean, that is, I told the attorney he's an idiot. Okay, I got tired of hearing his going, I said, that's just stupid. You set him up to pay tax. I don't understand. You say he's your client too, then why are you screwing him out of money? Okay, he had the right to put it in a corporation or division. Because you're blah, 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 he's going to have to pay tax. And out of that, he gets to keep what? It doesn't make sense. Winning the game, step 8. Simple. Mary kind of screwed up. All right, doesn't matter. She's Ivy League and all that good stuff. Mary got her restaurant during the pandemic. Thought it was going to make all kinds of money. Since it's a corporation, they sued the corp when it failed. And then they sued her because she's the founder. She even lost her home. Husband divorced her. See, Mary's the same thing you have. Here's the problem. If you have a corporation without divisions, you're the duck. When they sue it, they sue you. If you get a corporation, and I help you do this, then you have the line of defense. The divisions are the ducks. You see, the corporation should always be a management company managing entities. That can be division or a subsidiary, like your banks and grocery stores in your face, but you didn't pay attention. You brought the pain home because you didn't look behind the curtain. It's time to look beyond the curtain and become that CFO. Doesn't matter if it's banks, grocery stores, no matter if it's Sam's Club. State, they use branch numbers, tax IDs, and subsidiaries. So understand tax ID and division, step 9. So we get to learn to play. When you heard the cities file bankruptcy, I'm sorry, you probably looked at the news, that's about it. All right, and then it passed you by. The ultimate thing, you should have looked behind the curtain. Ray Reynolds, the godfather of credit. Well, that, okay. Throw it away. Your corporation's 4 years old. You didn't do anything with it. The tax ID is marked. If you do the corporation with that tax ID, they're going to audit you. All right, you're in California. Great. They're giving the filing fee for free. Get a new one. Or let me do it for you. Hell. All right, you want to be audited? Then use that tax ID you got. Because you didn't even know what 1120 is. All right, keep watching. So, 11 cities filed bankruptcy. What did you do? I went to the federal building in Santa Ana, 4th Street again. I wanted to confirm what I knew. See, the United States of America Incorporated set up 50 corporations called states. States set up cities, they're corporations too. They do the line of defense in your face, and you don't do anything because you don't understand. It's time to look behind the curtain. Chapter 9 bankruptcy they created, all right, under the Federal Protection Act. They bankrupt debt, they stay in business. From now on, you don't bring the pain home ever again. From there, Apple files bankruptcy in 97. Bill Gates got indicted 4 times. Running monopolies, they said. He wasn't the richest guy on the planet at the time. Why don't people say these things? If you like today, who was the first president? You're going to say George Washington? His name was Hanson. A woman ever acted as president? Yeah, 17 months. All right, do you even know that? See, the reality is the lack of knowledge is where people get stuck. So let's understand today. All right, Mr. Bill Gates wrote a check from a line of credit, cost him nothing besides a check and his signature, gave Apple $150 million, and they wrote it all off. And they let them pay the bill, because borrowed money is not taxable. So again, this is where you have to be serious for your family. SSNS is for. See, I need you to write down to Google bankruptcy. It's an assignment. I want you to Google bankruptcy. I want you to tell yourself, all right, the next time blank hits the fan, is it SSN in your family bringing the pain home, or is it a corporation or a division? The only answer is division. But again, that's up to you. Step number 10 today. See, here's the thing. As an affiliate, I get to do peekaboos before I run credit. Some of you, I saw one the other day with 13 inquiries. It's like, did you think the first or second no was enough? You screwed it up. It just went, meow. Again, don't waste inquiries. They say past 6, you don't get it anyway. So if you have a corporation, I'll build the one you got, build the credit, and I'll teach you how to be the CFO. All right, very simple. Yesterday's phone call, it sticks out in my head. They tried the election July, tried Career.com, they tried this, they tried that. But they want a corporation, they want a business. But the reality is their scores are in the mid 600s. It's like, I just want to reach in that phone and say, this is what you need to do, please. Please do what I ask. But again, I am the godfather of credit for one reason. I've built 4 billion for clients so far. So remember today, when you do invest something, make sure you get a coach. Someone's going to hold your hand because you have to question yourself about the money. Can I afford it? Can I afford not to? Will it work? I tried so many other things. That's what you think. So the reality is, but you're no closer to millionaire status. Me, I'm going to tell you what to do, and I'm going to get you there, like it or not. You're handed a specialist to hold your hand. Ultimate goal. So here's a starter package. I have to rebuild your credit, rapid rescore, get your score up and away. Add history as well. Not the trade line crap, because that doesn't work. Articles are free. If you have a corp, I'll use the one you got. If you don't have a corp, I'll give you the articles anyway. All says tax ID set up in level 1. Here's a complete program for $999 that rebuilds your life. And on top of that, I'm going to hand you $5,000 of cash credit. $5,000. That way you get 5 times your money back. Okay? All right? And I'm your coach for 90 days. You have a setup class in level 1 every Wednesday and Saturday. Either one or both. But here's an opportunity during the broadcast. That's an opportunity you get. Million in the making. $2,499. That gives you $25,000. So you figure out, you got a corp, don't got a corp. Either way, we're going to do this. But do you want $5,000, or $25,000. For $2,499, you get $25,000. That's the one I always want you to pick. Okay, being your coach for 90 days, because that $25,000 could be daisy chained for your divisions. $5,000, yeah, but it's not enough. Again, that is a broadcast price for you. There's your Zelle bank transfer deposit wire, ultimate goal. So if your specialist doesn't reach out to you every week or two, the ultimate goal is what? You call that number in front of you and you put them in check. Okay? Every Wednesday, every Saturday, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, you can count on a setup in level 1 from me. Always live. Always live. So as we do this, remember, please, beat your doubt. All right, run your race. In step 11, probably get out of your own way. Let me rebuild you. Getting past go, I can show you goodies into millions and billions, okay, that I obtained. God's gift, the mansions in the harbor too. The race boats that say the RayReynoldsUniversity.com, even the yachts, helicopters, Lamborghinis, and buildings too. See, all these goodies are right up to a corporation. That way, basically, you don't pay tax or buy a Lamborghini kind of thing. Now, in 1989, all right, my client, the DMV, sold her driver's license for $10, and a man murdered her at her front door. God rest her soul and her family. Rebecca Schaefer. The Schaefer Bill was created. I want you to look up the Privacy Act. It's called the Driver's Privacy Protection Act. I want your driver's license from now on not to have your home address on it. I want you to live by Ray's rules. Stop bringing the pain home. Your driver's license, like mine, should be P.O. Box or mailing address. Again, nobody should know where you live. But again, that's up to you too. The way you buy a car, sorry, silly and wrong. You get sweated for 5 hours. You lose $5,000. You get 9 inquiries because you allowed this. So when they hand you that piece of paper you filled out, next to your signature, you should have wrote down allowed 1 inquiry and took a picture. You just should have set the tone right then and there. But you allowed this. You allowed this, step 13. That's wrong. Car, write it down. Fleet price, tax ID division. Fleet price, tax ID division. It doesn't show up on personal reports. It's a corporate car, fully wrote off, and you're now learning to be a CFO. Ultimate goal. Problem you have today, the car you drive right now, you're the registered owner. If there's a bumpity bump, the #1 lawsuit on the planet, you're the registered owner, you're a duck. If they're the divisions, they get diddly squat. All right, step 14. You might want to learn that today. Planning the problem. Stop bringing the pain home. Cats have how many lives now? What's your second chance to? It's up to you. See, your choice is simple. I just did it as a stunt to prove my point. I did it for Monica's cat too. Ultimate goal. Divisions are the only thing that can give us our line of defense. When you do real estate and investments, every property should be a division. See, you don't know who's going to slip, fall, and sue you. Reality is your paycheck should be a break even with your house payment. They don't pay tax on billions of dollars because they don't have to. Again, it's a choice. So if you want me to do your divisions for you, all right, here I offer them at half price, 3 divisions, tax IDs, and credit reports ready to go. But again, that's up to you. All right, it's $750 through me. Ultimate goal, it's a Zelle, bank transfer, deposit, or wire. As we do this, understand, there's no loophole. They're doing what they allow to be done. Musk does one thing very simple. He always twitters or does a tweet or whatever you want to call it about, like Twitter. He was going to buy it. He jacks up the price, brings it down. He's going to buy it, I guarantee. I can't say that. Well, he's going to buy it. But he's going to get a hell of a discount. He tweeted a week ago about buying a team. Price went up, went down, now they're mad at him. Again, he plays the game to see if he's got all that power. But again, he does have the spaceship. He's not the richest guy on the planet either. From there, the other guy's got a spaceship. The other guy's got a spaceship. So again, they're doing what they're allowed to do because corporations pay tax when they're profitable. So you can learn to play the game too and win. That's why I have the Ray Reynolds. I have the credit hour 6 days a week, 800-510-3338. See, this is always live. So 6 days a week. Ask your friends and family to join so they know what we're talking about too. I do have a specialty class that goes in rotation. There's 8 of them every 8 weeks, from the stock kit to the real estate to the nonprofit, getting the federal exemption, all right, the tax balancing, the Dun & Bradstreet, the divisions, subdivisions, daisy chain credit, and even leveraging money. So this Saturday coming is Dun & Bradstreet at 2:30 on this Saturday for the corporation to get a Dun & Bradstreet, and how to get supply and vendor credit up to $500,000 of credit too. See, remember, credit repair doesn't work, credit rebuilding does, but you're part of the program. You have to figure out what needs to be done. I'm going to tell you what needs to be done. There's no guessing with me. Rebuild the credit, rapid score, $750. Workshops on Saturday, $499. You get a $500 card back to reimburse yourself. It is always basically step 15. From here, it's up to you. You're tied to a specialist, and that's the ultimate goal. Starter package, rebuild your credit. Have to. Be CFO, rapid score. You have a corp, I'll build that one. Don't have a corp, I'll provide you the articles for free anyway. Office list, tax ID, set up in level 1. Every Wednesday and Saturday, either one or both. $999 on repackaging your life. Do you get this? I'm going to give you $5,000 of cash credit back to you as a bonus, 5 times your money back, and I'm your coach for 90 days. And I'm going to train you to be that CFO. But again, this is an opportunity during the broadcast. Million in the making. The only difference between this and the previous one is the price and how much credit you get. $999 gets you $5,000 of credit. $2,499, $2,500. I'm building you $25,000. Again, this is the one I would always pick, but that's up to you. 90 days, I'm your coach either way, and you learn to be that CFO. All right, it's a broadcast price offered to you. From there, there's the Zelle, bank transfer, deposit, and wire. Simple. You see, that specialist better be reaching out to you every week or two. You better reach out and put them in check. There's the goal. Run your life through a corporation or in conjunction. That's step 16. You see, if every rich and famous person does this, why aren't you? If banks and grocery stores do this, why don't you? Or again, your choice, pay tax or buy a Lamborghini. You take your paycheck, it's taxable income. You pay the payment, gas, registration, insurance. You should be yelling no and driving a company car like I do. That's step 17, becoming that certified CFO. Now look at line 10 one more time on the SS4 form. See, I want you to realize I'm for real. I'm going to hold your hand, tell you what to do, we're going to follow through, and together we're going to reach your goal. I don't want you being a duck. Line 10 doesn't lie on the SS4. It says banking and credit purposes. IRS. Number 18, you can all go to irs.gov. You can download an SS form now. You don't have to be a duck. All right, the reality is you can learn how to play the game and win. The United States of America Incorporated did it in your face. You didn't pay attention. They planned the problem. That's what I'm trying to get you to do. We, the people, our constitutional right, all right, to stop bringing the pain home. Nixon takes the gold standard out. Mama gets a baby, delivered at the hospital. They hand her the SSN form. She fills it out. The baby's going home. All right, stroller and the car seat. See, they force her to do this. She didn't even give her a choice. But again, reality is she's going to want it anyway as we do this. So house rules are simple. Raise rules to buy a house. Escrow, close, homestead, trust. If your house is not in a trust today and they sue you, they will take it away. If you die, it'll be stuck into probate. Your family got diddly squat. If you fix up a property today and hire a contractor, they're going to hire the subcontractor that's down outside Home Depot. And what's going to happen if they slip and fall and cut corners? They're going to sue you and take everything you got. But if you did it my way, you can plan so they get diddly squat. Again, that's what I would tell you to do, and probably look up an irrevocable trust. But do what you want. That's step 19. You got 6 more to go. Because the goal is, let's stop bringing the pain home. It's not easy recorrecting and rebuilding you because all the things you've done wrong over the years. Now, I do get people every day, Ray, I don't want to pay tax. I always say, knock off the garbage. Work within the system, because you can't play peekaboo with the IRS making a mess. Again, irs.gov, all right, 656, 433 A and B. Put yourself back in the system. Get that free money you're entitled to. Step 20, ultimate goal. So if we're going to want wholesale price or fix up properties, Realize I'm one of the original, and they say I'm the original OPM. You save up to 70%. You don't pay a bill for 30 to 60 to 90 days anyway. Escrow could pay off the debt. Now you got up to $200,000 left, so what do? Most people, sorry, when they have money, they kind of waste it or piss it away, then they're broke the next day. So raise rules, leveraging money, borrow money's not taxable, and line of defense. That's what I want you to focus on. That's called blackjack, step 21. Again, up to you. See, first time in my life I was really proud of myself. I really felt on top of the world, helping people 6 days a week, doing up to $1 million a day. Everything's great. All right, I thank God for good, yesterday, today, tomorrow. Everything's great. But then he wants me to go through a coma. Well, someone stole everything I had. So the only thing I can do to make sense of it is he wanted me to rebuild it in front of you and show you it could be done. And that's exactly what I did. So no sad stories. Let's just build it up. Yesterday, that phone call broke my heart. They wasted thousands on crap. It didn't work. All they had to do is find the Godfather Credit, Ray Reynolds, and I would tell them what to do and do it. But again, they're going to look at a webinar. See, here's the thing. When I hear, let me check out the webinar. All I'm hearing is blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to get off my butt. I'm going to stay being a loser the rest of my life. And I really want it, but I want somebody to hand it to me, and I'm lazy. I'm sorry, that's what I hear. Okay, I wish I heard, I want to do it now! Because that's the goal. Again, all right, when you invest in something, you spend money, it's always a scare. The thought is, should I, could I, do I do this, affordable, not affordable, this, will it work? You have tried so many things that didn't work, okay? All right, and you're no closer to millionaire unless I do it for you. And that's what I want to do. That's why they call me the Godfather Credit, not you. 44 years. But I'm going to tell you what to do. I want you to get checkbook money January. But I expect you to set up a corporate 3 divisions now. I need him to say 2022. Now. All right, come December or January, you're going to wait. I'm going to say, you screwed up. I told you 10,000 times. But again, leveraging money makes sense because that's what needs to be done. We reference the 3 because we're allowed to. We can play the game and win. Your corporation's great. When they sue it, they sue you. No line of defense of divisions or subsidiaries, you will bring the pain home. Sorry, you have no choice. You have to disconnect, isolate, incorporate. Learn what I set up for you. I don't want you bringing the pain home because that's all I had as a kid. I didn't get a real mommy and a daddy. I got used and abused as a kid. It sucks. So understand something today. Divisions, tax IDs. Divisions, tax IDs. Line of defense. All right, step 22. Stop bringing the pain home. Divisions, when I give them away, I always set up the credit reports, the tax IDs, do the 2000 of history, and that way they're ready to pop credit, and I give them here today for $750 half price. I don't do that on the class. All right, this Saturday and this Tuesday and Wednesday, hey, it's $1,500. Because if you're here and you didn't do it, all right, sorry. All right, that just means we get to make more money and pay more bills. So what are you willing to lose? Family, no. Corp, no. Divisions, yes. When we play chess, we're both losing pieces on both sides. But at the end of the day, the goal is we both want checkmate. And we'll obtain that goal. Step 23. Ultimate goal, referrals, you get 10% back to you. From there, that Lamborghini's not mine, but I got the keys. Boom, boom. You see, I've been driving company cars since the day I got my first car, because I don't have a car. It's called reaching the dream, think to be the impossible, raise rules, making millionaires, and basically a corporation in 3 divisions, and truly becoming a certified CFO. That's what has to be done. So it's like joint credit. No, you don't need joint credit. Buy a house, escrow, close, homestead, trust. Corporation, simple. Corporation is just a piece of paper. If you don't put divisions for real estate, franchise, current business, and line of defense, you're a duck. Raise rules are simple. I want to give you a bunch of bonus cash credit so you can write off the business as you build it up and write it all off. Step 24. But again, you have to master that certified CFO. Second quarter ends, third quarter begins. That means we got countdown 117 days left. Rebuild the credit, rapid rescore, corporations, divisions now. That's what needs to be done now. You want the Millionaire Founders Kit? Instead of spending $1,000, you do it here. You get it for $299, all 12 books and CDs. I don't pay myself a paycheck or a commission. I do everyone else out there that writes up the orders. So it's a Zelle, now, bank transfer, deposit, or wire. You're assigned to a specialist. Credit rebuilding works, credit repair, I'm sorry, it's just a pipe dream. I can't believe people are silly enough to pay $100 plus a month for years and expect something to happen, besides being ripped off. I can rebuild someone's credit in 90 days if they do what they're told to do. Simple. Rebuild the credit. All right, rapid score, $750. Workshops every Saturday, $4.99. Bonus cash credit of a card to reimburse yourself. Right back to you. No excuses. All right, it's a giveaway. While you're doing that, you should be doing the starter package, because articles are free. Officer's Tax ID, or unless you have them, we'll do that one. Set up level 1, $999 to rebuild your life. It's ridiculous. National average for a corpse, $1,800 by itself. But I'm handing you $5,000 of credit, 5 times your investment. And I'm your coach for 90 days, training you to be the CFO. That is a broadcast opportunity. From there, Millionaire in the Making, $2,499, $25,000 of cash credit. That's 10 times your money back, all right, while I'm training you to be the CFO. Ultimate goal, a broadcast price to you. It is a Zelle, is bank transfer, deposit, or wire, period. From there, that's the goal. Your choice. So you can be and will be the corporate millionaire. There's going to be bumps. Why? Because you kind of screwed up this or that or whatever. We have to make you that CFO. There's a way to do that. That's why it's a corp in 3 divisions. So again, you watch the banks and grocery stores do this in your face. It's time you learn how to play. Again, Geico did it in California. But again, so do cities. But your choice is to learn how to play and understand how to play the game. To stop bringing the pain home. Become a certified CFO. And get into the point you're reprogramming your brain into millionaire status. All I know is, for me, since I was a little kid, that voice since I was 4, being in a coma, waking up told to walk, or I've been in coma, giving me a choice, stay in peace or go back. My life stolen, had to rebuild it again in front of the world. But again, if I can do it, so can you. We have to stay safe and strong today. We have to do our best, but Jesus does the rest. Amen to that too. Ultimate goal is simple. All right, number 25 is Zelle, bank transfer, deposit. Anything I offered, you have 30 minutes to do it. If you call the office, the price is changed to whatever they have on their list, and then they make their commission. 800-510-3338 if you have a specialist. If not, you got 30 minutes of Zelle, bank transfer, deposit. Okay, it's that simple, and this is offered to all of you today because I want you all in tomorrow's setup in level 1 class. So understand today. We're going to do our best. God's going to do the rest. Amen to that too. And we never forget the end of the day. God loves us all.